Hi guys, so today I have a video to share with you sponsored by Tonic Studios. It is for their new showcase called Terrific Twist. It makes a gift box in a couple different ways, so we'll talk about that in just a minute. But they did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So I do receive samples, so this is a little different. It's just on a carrier. Yours might be packaged differently because again, I'll have like a carrier and other, nice packaging and things. So definitely check that out there in the link. It'll have all that info for you guys. But for now, what I'm looking at is these two pieces that are going to be different bases, and then these pieces that are going to make the side. So it might be a little, hopefully you saw the thumbnail, kind of what we're going for, but it makes a little gift box. So the smaller one on the inside here, if you were to layer these pieces on this, you have your hexagon base, and that is about 2 inches, I would say, as you can see in here. And then this guy is your octagon base, so it's going to have 8 sides, and that one's a little bit larger, not quite 3 inches, like 2 3/4 inches. Maybe you can see that there. It also has tags, so we have this little circular tag, which is really cute, really nice to pair up with any other circle dies or circle stamps, let's say, that you have. Really cute way to cut those out. It has another one here that's a complete circle. We have the inlay die that says something sweet, I can see. Oh, I think it says sweet time. Sweet time. Oh, that's cute. And then this one just says just one more. And this one says have a treat. Really cute. It's definitely a different kind of thing. So this one is not just an inlay, it cuts its own edge. This one's like the little embossed kind of thing. You can kind of pop in there if you want to use that instead. And then we have these pieces that we're going to need. So we have that piece here. So what happens is as you place these, it kind of twists. That's why it's called Terrific Twist. So these different pieces, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. So if you want to make the smaller one, you're going to need 3 of these. You can see each piece covers 2 sections, right? So you'll need 3. And on this one, you're going to need 4. So I'm going to do that. I'll probably do the larger one today so we can have a good idea of what that looks like and what it does. So I'll cut out 4 of these. And then we have an inlay die, which I probably wouldn't just inlay to this because you want a little more strength in there. So we have this piece that's like a matte layer. And then if you want to do the inlay on that matte layer, you can also do that. So you can do 3 different layers, that base, a matte, and then a matte that has an inlay, or just the inlay, which is probably what I'll go for today, however you want to play with those. So we have all those pieces. So I'm going to put this one back for now. What I'm going to do is get some complimentary papers and we'll get this cut. I think it's going to be a very quick project. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I just grabbed a paper pack for one of the older craft kits here, and there's just such pretty papers in here. I really like the kind of colors that are in here that are very citrusy. I think what I'm going to do is maybe we'll use a classic card. This is the classic card stock. Again, it's a little textured. And then maybe pair it up with this glittery one. Seems good. Okay. So, again, we need our base pieces. So I'm going to cut 8 of these, and if I need more of this paper, I will grab some from my stash. But basically just inlaid like that. So it's going to be that piece plus this piece. And of course we need 8 of them because we have a octagon, so we need 8 sides there. And what I'm going to do is just tape this down. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry for the rough edit. I said I needed 8 sides, which I do. And then I said, oh no, in my mind I'm thinking, no, it's 4 sides because this covers 2 sides at a time. But no, you do need legitimate, for a hexagon, you need 6 of these panels. And for an octagon base, you need 8 of them. So I just want to come back and make sure that that's clear. And I'm so sorry if it looks different because I started cutting and I thought, wait, no, I do need actually 8 of them. So sorry guys. So when I come back, I will have 8 of these cut. I'll have 2 of these because I want to sandwich the little tabs, one above and below, and then have this there to cover it up on the outside. So however you want to do that. So I'll have 2 of those. And then with this, what I was pairing up here is the inlay with the regular die, and I want 8 of these also, okay? So I'll be back when I have my 8 inlay die cuts, 8 of these guys, 2 of these guys. Okay guys, so I already started putting some together, but I have the 2 very base pieces. I have our 8 side pieces because we're doing the octagon. And all we're going to do is glue these guys together just like you see here. So Normally I like to decorate afterwards, but I think with this one it'll be harder to do that, so we want to go ahead and decorate at the beginning. Because what's going to happen is we're going to add these on here, and we're going to stick them so that one is underneath one tab and one glue tab is above, okay? So it's going to be something like this. Then you come in with the next one, and that next one is also going to be underneath, right? Basically under the one we just came from, and then above. And then the next one, and the next one. That's kind of how you get this going. So it's going to be a nice size project when we're done, but also that's kind of how it's built up, so I just want to show you that. So what we're going to do is just stick these guys down to each layer. And, oh, I have some little dots. I thought I got rid of all those. Hold on. A few here and there still. So yeah, make sure to clean out your die cut, and then just adhere those. One more right here. That looks good. And I'm just putting glue on the very outside edge, and then I will put a little more on the inside. And I see I still have a couple more of these little guys. Let's get that guy out. Hold on. And the way I do that is I'll put some glue on the back of my hand. Although it is kind of a large area, you can probably just kind of go in and add some glue here and there, but I'm going to put it on the back of my hand to stick that down. Yeah, this is going to be really sizable. There, add a little of this here and there, and bring our piece, the one that I already. And you know, if you have your 2 or 3 layers, whatever it is that you have, just put those down. I just went, you know, base and then inlay, and I'll do the same thing for the other. You know, I'll have all 8 together when I come back, okay? So for the other 7, although I restarted some. Okay, guys, so I have my 8 pieces again because I'm going for the hexagon. And I do have my 2 bases because, again, I'm going to stick one on top, one on the bottom, and then I'm going to cover the bottom again just to make it look nice at the bottom of the project. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in, and basically one of the tabs is going to go underneath, and on the next one it's going to go on top like I discussed earlier. So we're going to put glue, and I'm going to wait for this to be really set up before I actually try to put this together because you're going to twist it. But of course I don't want my glue to be wet, so I'm just going to face that one there. Just place it, you know, right on the edge, making sure everything's nice and flush. And then as I bring this one up, I'll bring it up like this. Okay, so it's going to give it a little bit of a curve. I don't know if you can see that. It's not going to be flat because what's happening is this guy's coming up at a tension here while this one's out here. Okay. And I'm just lining it up right with the edge because for right now I'm not sure exactly where it needs to go. And then when they're all set, this one's going to go here and this one's going to go here. We're going to twist them in a way that they come together, okay? So this next one, again, glue on the top part of this, on the bottom of this one. And I'm going to bring it in here. And that tab is going to go underneath. And then this tab is going to go on top. And again, just paying attention for me that these guys are nice and flush with the edge of the octagon side there. That's kind of what I'm paying attention to. And then up here when it pops up, that it's nice and flush again. Where it creases here, that's kind of flush here. And I'll hold on to that. And I'll just continue around like that. Again, keeping the tabs as flush as I can. You know, you can keep holding it, but I think I can move on to the next one. I'll show you one more, and then of course I'll always show you when I come back. So this part touches the bottom, this part touches this other side. So again, we're behind it. It's going to come off of that one into this one. And keeping flush here. Hope you can kind of see what's going on. Just right at that line. And then when I bring it up here, again, just keeping those score lines together as well as I can. And holding it down. And you can even look on the back where the score line is just to make sure you're set up pretty well. I'm going to move this just a little bit. And again, it kind of gives it a little bit of an up. It kind of brings it up a little bit. So I'll hold those. And same thing with the next guy. We're going to bring this guy in. Oops, see. Again, glue here and glue here. Tuck that one in behind. This is very interesting. Totally different than anything I've done before. And as we're getting here, this guy needs to go up here. Let's go, buddy. Right there. This guy's a little bit up. And again, I'm just making sure that they're pretty flush back here. Okay, and we're going to continue doing that until I get to the last one, and I'll come back at that last one. Again, just one flap under, and the next flap over. So again, under, over, as you go around. This is going to be a very nice size project. I'll be right back. Okay, as it started getting bigger and bigger, it was hard for me to just hold it in my hands. I just placed it on my surface and would just hold it down, and then this next one comes up, you know, because it kind of wants to give it a little curve here. And this is our last one. So again, underneath, and this one goes on top. So we're going to tuck this one right in this last spot. It's going to be right here, so tuck it in between there. Again, just to make sure we're here, nice and flush. And if it's easier for you to work from the back, then do that. So hopefully you can kind of see what's going on here. So I'm going to hold it there for just a second before I come around. And then this last piece needs to go up a little bit, right? You know, it kind of stands up at attention, and I'll hold that one down. Now, I'm not going to try to curve this until everything is dry, so I will be back in just a minute, but basically we're going to lock these guys into each other, and you can put glue there. This is going to come all the way up here, okay? So it's not this open bowl that you see here. It's kind of a weird little platter shape, but I definitely want everything to be dried. So I'll be back. Actually, while I wait for that, what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this nice piece at the bottom, because like I said, I just want to finish this bottom part off. Now I can put the glue on the hexagon piece, but I'm just putting it on here. And the nice cut side, I will face down right here. Pop that on there to cover that up. And just have a nice base piece. And that'll also help with our sturdiness. Now, since I got a little glue out, I don't want to just pop it down. Let me see if I have a little scrap piece of paper or something. I'm going to turn this over now. Just give it a push just so that stays on real nice. Yep, finished up real nice there. Okay, again, I'll be back for the magic. Okay guys, I'll just leave this here, but we'll see. I think it's dry enough. Now this is the moment of truth. So as far as how much do you want to wrap this, it does say in the instructions, and you'll have instructions with your packaging, to wrap it clockwise, so that's this way, and then to glue, let me turn it over, but then it's going to be going the other way, but either way, glue this piece to wherever it is that you want over here. So like, let's say you want it to be a little bit more open, so you can kind of just twist it and glue it there and glue it there and glue it there, you know, so it's going to be a little bit more open. If you want a little tighter, you can glue them a little bit higher up so that they're a little closer together. You know, something like this, right? And as you can see, the object you're making would be tighter. So, you know, it's up to you, whatever it is that you like. I think I'm going to leave it a little bit kind of open like this, maybe right there. So let's see. Let's say this guy and this guy are going to glue together. And I'm putting the glue on here. You can put it on the base of this thing, of course, but I'm going to hold it for a little bit. So I'm going right to where this ends, and then the next one. I'm going to hold it. So I'm going to hold it for a while because, of course, I'm using a wet glue. But we can also just move on, so if you want to do a couple at a time. So this one's going to glue into this one. Same thing, all the way butted into that little entry point. And maybe this time I'll put the glue on here. And I'm putting a good amount of glue because I use glitter paper too, so that's always something to keep in mind. Push it right into there, and ending where this other one came out, right? So I'm just kind of putting them close together, starting and ending in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? Push it all the way in, and the glue ends here where this divot opens up, so when I bring in the next one, it's the same thing. See how they kind of follow into each other? But that's what I'm choosing to do. If you want it to be a little more open, again, you can glue it out here. You can glue it out here. You can glue it to, you know, wherever it is that you want that glued for your project. Since this is the first time I'm making this, I'm just choosing something and going with that. So again, tuck it all the way in and holding it here. Okay, so I'm going to continue holding it, gluing, holding, bring in the other piece, and then I'll be back when I get close to the end. And then back around to the front. Now I made mine really tight, right, because I made it like a cuff. But if you want to do yours a little bit looser, it just depends. And this is, like I said, the first time out, so I'm just checking this out. Look at this twist. So mine's more like a vase, I would say. So in this last one, it's going to be a little bit more. Again, I'm using a wet glue, so I'm going to push this in here. This one's still not quite together yet, but I'm still trying to get it nice and straight. I'll put a little more white glue in here, and this time we really got to get this together, right, because we started up here. So I'm going to give it a squish and try to get it to where I need it to be. Again, locking it in under there, and then this guy comes up here. So I'm kind of squishing this a little bit, kind of opening it up a little bit so I can get in here. Okay, and that's because I made a really tight cuff. You'll see on your, well, now that the product is launched, all the different examples, you can have it more open. You know, like I said, if you want to glue it closer to like down in this area, each little side, it'll open it up at the top. So mine's much more like a little vase. But I'm going to hold on to this. I'm not going to let go until it is dry, okay? So I will be back. Okay, guys, so here we are. Look how cool that looks from the top. Oh my gosh, I haven't even looked at it yet because I was just kind of cleaning up and doing other things. But look, it looks like a daffodil, like a beautiful flower. I don't know. Again, I did mine real nice and tight on the top so I can put like little cute things in there. I suppose if you want to put like pencils and pens and things, you know, you can definitely do that. You can put little flowers, which is probably what I would do. I made mine more like a vase. You can also squish it down more if you want after it's all glued, you know, give it some just a different shape. If you open it up more, if you're attaching your little tabs kind of further out, these spaces in here would be smaller because this will be closer to here. So just lots of different ways to play with it, to try it out, because it's, you know, whatever it is that you want for your project. But look at that. And again, this is the octagon. The hexagon's going to be a little bit different, of course, a little smaller. It's going to have the 6 sides. And yeah, so really, really cool. Just totally different. This is not like anything I've seen before. But again, it does have the little tags again for the treat, because if you open it up a little bit more and don't make it as tight as I did, you can put lots of little candies in there. I mean, you can probably put them in here, but then you have to kind of like dispense them like this, you know? So let's not do that. But you have all your little tags that you can put on there for your treats. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and just look at that. Totally different structure. It's really, really cool. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.